And next we have Pauline Schara. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
Schara.
Schara. Okay. And she's going to share a little bit about herself. Oh gosh, I don't.
You're not the first.
I'll behave. My apologies, Pauline. So grateful that you're here, and I love that all your experience, you know, as a school teacher and then principal of the school, and then you decided to go out. Well, you retired, and then you said that you didn't do a lot with entrepreneurship, but you had some creative ideas, and you did take a few things to market. And I'm kind of curious also what you know about this Jackie Ray Spoosby that the rest of us don't know, because you've known her forever. So Pauline.
Here. Pauline, are you there?
Unmute yourself, and we would love to see your smiling face.
There we go. You muted me. I'm unmuted now.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Would you like to or you
I'm not sure I can tell on Jackie because she could tell on me.
Oh, okay.
You see, it's
Right.
turnaround is fair play, so I have to be careful. But yeah, I started way back, you know, when I think I've had an entrepreneurial spirit in terms of things that I've looked at or wanted to do, and I've always done crafts. I've always done things that, you know, kept me busy or whatever. When I retired, I had to do something with myself. And for a while I worked at another job, but on the sideline, I was working with a friend and helping her to start with. And she had a craft booth, and she would go to various craft shows, and I would help her out, and that was always fun. And then I just started making some things, and she let me use part of her booth to put them in. I think there's been several people that have talked about, you need to know your audience, and you need to know what sells or what doesn't sell. And I found out quickly that many things that I liked weren't necessarily things that other people liked. So I had to adjust several times. And I finally made a breakthrough when I discovered, because I always had a passion for photography and taking pictures wherever I went. And I've got, as a matter of fact, we're trying to narrow down now, you know, as you get older, you need to clean out the house, and I'm trying to get rid of all of these pictures, but I've always taken pictures. So when I was with a friend we were at a major craft show, and I had just a small, one little rounder of pictures that I'd done, and had put them on cards, and I received a lot of positive feedback. It was like it was the first time that I'd really gotten some real positive feedback. So, okay. So there I went, and I started I had my own booth and went on from there. But at that show, I also found out what we've talked about, and I've heard so many people, gosh, the people that have been on here are fabulous. They have so much background and so many things to share. But I networked there and found out that a good place for some stationery, because the product that I had, you needed to be able to have it look good, you know, otherwise it's not going to sell. And so I was able to do that. I found all different, you know, you need to know the product, you need to develop all of the things that go along with it. And so I was able to do that, and I started on my own, and then my friend moved away, and I kept going, and which was kind of unusual, because I think the thing I like when you're an entrepreneur, you have a chance. I liked being with people. That's what drew me to this, is I like talking. You can't tell by the amount of talking that I've already started with, but I really do. I like to talk to people, and I found this in doing the face-to-face, whether they bought anything or not. But at craft shows, you know, you've got a lot of people that are there, and sometimes photography is not their first choice, because everybody says, oh, I have a camera or I have a phone. And my response in my head is, yes, but you don't have this one, or you don't have this picture, and this is what you need. And sometimes I would talk about that and be able to market it and sell them, you know, with that kind of thing. basically I've gone into, and one of the things that was really successful for me was finding photography and doing my crafts and selling cards, selling packages of cards. And then I expanded into doing framed work, which didn't sell. People have their own frames, so I just did matted ones, and those sold. So I found my way through. It was kind of a trial and error for things that I think anybody that's an entrepreneur, that's what you do. You need to try it out. You've done some of the research that's there, and sometimes you work with the people. It's like, nope, that's not true. That's not right. I need to change this, and I need to go this direction. So that's kind of where I got to, and I had to kind of leave the business for a while because of health reasons lately, but I really enjoyed that time. I enjoyed the process of working with people, figuring out the finances and having to pay my taxes at the end of the year, and all of those different things that go along with having your own business. And anyway, it's great fun. I love doing it. It was a lot of fun. But and anyway, so I took some notes on a lot of things that people were saying along here, and I was like, whoa, I can't write fast enough because there were so many good ideas coming out of here for anyone that's looking to go there. But I think one of the things is don't be afraid to change if you need to, which I had to do on a couple of different occasions. Then finally I found my niche of what was there, and I researched it, and there was a call. People did like what I had, and so that was nice. You need to have a business bestie. Well, I had Jackie as one business bestie because we've known each other that long. And my other bestie was Sue, who I did the craft shows with, and we did that for years and years. So and they would give you feedback. Okay, don't try this, try this. This is wonderful. Sue kind of kicked me out the door and said, you need to go do this. And I did, and found that it really worked. So I think Kim is the one that said, if you can't sell it, you need to do something different, which works too when you're out there. So anyway, it's been a wonderful journey. I've enjoyed, all of the times that each time I've learned something new. I've had fun doing the projects. And I think I've done that for about 15 years now. So that's a long time.
Now you have my book. Doesn't that help?
I do. When I look back, I wish you would have given it to me sooner, like about 15 years ago. There's several things in here that I did. I know, but I did mark through, and one of they've been talked about. I think Tammy was the one that talked about it. It was like, hey, we're on the same page. But a lot of it is knowing the who and what and why when you're financing things. What are you doing? Why are you doing it? Who is there? The other thing that I really thought, and these are work pages, and what I liked about Jackie's book is it's very simple. It's easy to read. It's fast reading. It's impactful. It has the information that you need in short, concise statements, because I'm not one that likes to read long things that do a lot of pontification without getting to the point. And so I think in this book, everything is clearly stated. You've got it out there, out front, and then you've got the worksheets and the steps to look at it. The profile for competition, I wish I would have had this. I did a lot of this probably instinctively, but to do it naturally and on purpose, then you have a better result and a better outcome. I think the other one of the things was who are my customers, and it was interesting to look at the economic level, the sex, the age range, and so forth, and the psychological makeup. The people that I was selling to, a lot of them were, they were looking for gifts, and so it was a gift market, so to speak. Although some of them I would sell these packages and buy cards, and they would come back looking for them, but they would be afraid to buy anymore because they couldn't give the ones away that they'd already bought. So that was, I said, that's okay. I'll bring new ones every time so you can, do that. But so Jackie, you have done a wonderful job. You've been a friend for a long, 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 long time. And I'm proud of you. And this book finally came to fruition. I know how hard you worked on it. And I see it's so well done. And I'm really, I see all of these things in here. And although I don't qualify for a lot of the things that are in there toward the end, the actual fact that I did all of these things and Jackie was there supporting me and saying, you need to do this or try this. And those were always helpful. So congratulations, my dearest friend. And you have a couple of the Boom Girls on there watching.
Oh, good.
So, what else can I tell you?
I think that sounds like a wonderful expression of actually pictures, and I think that's exciting. And I'll wait to hear more about it.
You don't see me, huh?
Uh-huh.
Pauline, this is Sophia, and I have a question. We've heard from several women, and they said that their fathers were entrepreneurs. Was your father an entrepreneur?
No, he was not. He was a crafty my mother was raising 6 children though, so she didn't have much time to do a lot of sideline things. I'm trying to find where I can get in here.
Okay.
Anyhow, she's my dad was, he was gone a lot, and so that didn't enter. It was kind of something that I came upon it late in life or later in life.
Yeah.
In terms of doing that, which shows to go you that you could start things later in life and be very successful at them. I felt very good about what I did, and that I still have people asking and wanting and commenting. And it's an interesting network that I developed in terms of, because I use an iPhone to do all of my photographing. And I've got a good network that is on there that gives you feedback on what you've done. And then you either make a card out of it or you don't, because that's not so good. Yeah. So there's a variety of networks that can be had.
Yes.
In terms of knowing what to do. And people say there's the right one and then there's not. And so I think that's helpful.
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah. You're amazing. I mean, and like, as you said, it's never too late.
That's right.
Encourage everyone. I mean, and Jackie is not 21 anymore, and she wrote this book.
She's not?
No.
Well, if she's not, I'm not. Okay, so 22.
Yes, exactly. But it goes to show that we can always do something creative with our lives. And I love that, during our conversations, the comments being made, one of the things also is always be willing to change. And that's certainly been evident during the COVID-19 challenges that we've been experiencing this year. So it's,
I would like to tell one story about my trainer. When you talk about needing to make changes and doing that, I've showed her my book, and I'm buying one for her because she likes it. And, there's things in there that she really wants to institute and do now. And so, but she's one that she's not just a trainer, she's got her degree and all kinds of stuff. And she's going to start her own business with her boyfriend, who is a chiropractor, and they're going to start a wellness business. And so she was looking at this. And so this is the perfect kind of thing to get out, in my mind, to young people or to people that I would have appreciated this a few years younger. But I think it's really important to get it out there. And then seeing the variety of ages on here today, it shows that it hits a variety of audiences and people and what they need. And I think that's important.
thank you.
And
Thank
here
you, Pauline.